Hello everyone, welcome to Irish Crochet Lab video tutorials from Masterpieces of Irish Crochet Lace. Today we are going to crochet a fourth leaf from page 21 and 22. And I, as you can see, already have that leaf made yesterday, but in all honesty, I would like to try something a little bit different about this leaf, and we will try it together. We will make one the way it's done in the book, and another one we will make a little bit different, the way I see fit better. And then you decide which one you prefer. Before I will start lesson, I would like to ask you all, don't forget please to like my videos and comment please. Always ask questions that will help me to see how to improve my lessons and what is it that you're interested in. So we have some people in. Please say hello, tell me where you're from, and we will start in a moment. So we will need for our lesson today padding cord. In the book we crochet over the single padding cord. You can crochet, use the padding cord that attached to the ball of thread. You don't have to cut it right away. And we will try one to make one leaf. Next one. Hello Elizabeth. We will try one more leaf after this from the book without almost following directions from the book, but with slight changes. And you will need crochet hook. I use thread that is, you already all know, it's old thread. You can use crochet thread from Lisbeth, number 20 or number 40 or 60 even. But when you are, hello Людмила, здравствуйте. You can also use crochet thread, any thread you like. When you are learning, only starting, it's of course better to use thread that is easy for you to, that you are comfortable with. So I will use the fine thread like that. It's just almost between DMC thread 12 and number 8 peddler cotton, very similar. And I will use crochet hook 0.9 millimeters. So let's just crochet this little leaf. So they don't tell us how long the thread for the padding cord, because it's attached to the ball of a thread, and we will cut it only when we will finish the leaf. So pick up your thread, number 10, padding cord, and thread that you will crochet with. So we will align those two together, and we will make our first stitch. First stitch, it's a stitch, slip stitch, just to start. This is how you do this. So hello Jen, Rick, hello Rick. So ladies, don't worry if you just came to say hello. I'm not taking attendance like it's at school or college. If you can watch with me, it's fine, it's great. If you cannot, it's also fine, because I know you can always come and do the videos later, because they will be saved as recorded videos and you can always come back and watch it again. So this is how it look like. I will just start my, show you every detail how I start. So here's the padding cord. This is my working thread. And how to start the first stitch. You just hold two together and then simply go grab the thread, go around the padding cord, creating the loop, grab the thread again and pull it through. This is your starting stitch. We don't count this stitch. It's your slip stitch to start. It's like as we will come and make chain, right? We start with a slip knot and then we count after that. So let's count. According to, I will follow book directly, exactly the way it said, and you follow with me. So over a single cord foundation, we will make 12 single crochet stitches. Please remember that I am not using the terminology of the book. In the book, it's a plain stitches, and at the beginning of the book, their explanation of stitches terminology that was used back then and terminology that is used right now. Also, I know that terminology that is used in this book still used in UK, Australia, as I understand, and probably other countries. Since I live in the United States, and all literature that I used to learn, crochet with here, I use, of course, American system for crochet. But it's easy to adjust, I think. So first, over the padding cord, we crochet 12 single crochet stitches. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And now, very important, make sure that all your stitches, you see how they not really tied together. I don't like the way it look like. All I do, I will just move my stitches holding the last stitches and pull my padding cord toward me. Try to use only padding cord, not working thread. We have this short tail. So I will just adjust a little bit my padding cord, make sure that all your stitches are snug together. I lost my stitch here. I'll have to do it again. Like this. And the short tail of our working thread that we bent, I will cut. I don't need this anymore. I don't want to drag it with me all throughout my work. And you don't need that. But adjust and make sure that your stitches on the padding cord are snug together and you don't see your padding cord through the stitches. After that, so we made 12 stitches. In the book it tells us to make chain 1 and turn work. So let's make chain 1 and now we turn our work just like this. Now let's look at our work. The short tail of a padding cord right here, and here's our padding cord. We will crochet throughout entire leaf using padding cord. So chain 1 and we will crochet again, going back, inserting the hook into both loop of stitches and over the padding cord. So we made chain 1, turn, and pay attention. Starting from the first stitch, we will make over the padding cord 10 single crochet stitches, inserting the hook into both loops of each stitch, and crochet over the padding cord. So 1, 2, 3, And don't be in a hurry. It's first row always not easy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I will stretch my last stitch slightly just to come back and see how stitches look like. Also, again, looking for the stitches snug together and that you don't see your padding cord. Also, in the turning area, you don't want to show your padding cord, so slightly pull on it if it's showing itself, if it's visible, and it will disappear in the corner. When you crochet second row over the first row, it has tendency, the first rows have tendency to stretch. So pick up that short tail, the short tail that we have of padding cord. And if you have that problem that your stitch is stretched, holding the stitches of your first row, pull on the padding cord slightly, very slightly. And another thing, if you want it a little bit curvy like that, you see, you can pull on the cord and you will create this curve. Why not? We can do that. And the more you pull, and I'm pulling on a padding cord that is short, so stitch, it's moving in the first row, you will see what happened. Right now it's a little bit curved. You can curve it even more. I will hold at the very beginning. Look what's going on. You see, it's kind of curved even more. Let's try. I will just do it this way. I did not really push too much here. I didn't pull my padding cord, so it's kind of straight. But this time I will try and make it curved. We'll see what happens. So second row is crocheted. After that, again, and by the way, I want to show you something. It's easier to crochet this way. Here's my text. Here's my book. I like to use those sticky notes for signature. I bought it in Office Depot, and it has an arrow. So when I crochet, it's always very difficult to follow. So I always use this little arrow to follow with my text. And so here I am. I made my 10 single crochet stitches, and then I am finished right there. This is where I'm done. Now next I will do chain 1 and we will turn work again. And we will make next row. And we will read, I will read. First I will make chain 1, turn work, and then I will read what else I need to do. We will have to crochet over the foundation row, for the foundation cord or padding cord, 5 single crochet stitches, and then only over the padding cord 9 stitches. On the cord foundation only. Chain 1, turn work. And this is the end of our rows. This is where I put my arrow, so that I know when I will crochet this, this is where I will end, and I will not lose my text, the pattern. I will always be in the right place. Okay, so let's come back to crochet again. So we made 2 rows. Again, at the end of second, we need to make chain 1 and turn. Always turn from right to left, like that, the way the clockwise. Okay, let's continue. So we made chain 1, turn work. Next row, we have to make 5. I closed my, just a second. So we have to make 5 single crochet stitches again into the around the padding cord And throughout entire leaf, I will not repeat that anymore, so just pay attention. Throughout entire crochet, we will crochet inserting hook into both loops of stitches. So first we crochet 5 stitches over the padding cord and into the row 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So stop for a moment just to slightly pull on the padding cord. We don't want to see it here. Every time you turn, padding cord is still visible there, so this is what I did. And now, after that, we crochet only over the padding cord 9 single crochet stitches. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Again, since I curved my little first section of the leaf, I want all my sections now to be curved. So also I want my stitches to be snug, so I will hold them by my hand and pick up padding cord, move padding cord, just pull on it. See what will happen. You can see how this row will curve. The more you curve, the more you pull on a cord, the more curve you will have. So you can play with it and experiment with this motif as much as you want. By pulling on a padding cord, you just have to remember what will happen. You will have a curve. The more you pull on a cord, the more dramatic curve you will have. Okay, so after this, 5 stitches, then 9 only over the padding cord. Again, at the end of this row, we have to make chain 1 and again turn. And again, we will crochet over the padding cord, inserting the hook, remember, right, into the both loops of each stitch. So let's read our next row. We will have to make over foundation cord 12 single crochet stitches to the very end of our row, and we will crochet all those stitches right into this third row over the padding cord. If it's not easy right here at the very beginning, this is what I always do. I like to do that. I will hold my padding cord between my pinky, like that, to start it, because it's not easy here. So this is how I do. And then I will pull on a padding cord. You will see how I do that. So let's start. 1, we need 12 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 11 and 12. This is a very tiny leaf, so you can see I still was holding my padding cord here. Now I will stretch my stitch and I will let my padding cord go, holding all those stitches, pulling the padding cord to remove the loop. And it's very easy to do. Pulling on a cord, the loop will go away, it will disappear. And as you can see, my second part of the leaf also curved. So we're at the end of work. at the end of row, again we need to make chain 1 and turn our work. So let's read what next. Next, and I have to turn page with you. Let me quickly do that. So we will have to make over foundation cord again. Just a moment, let me go through. I need to use clips, and I don't have one. Just a moment. I'll go get something for my book. So I use for my book to hold it in half. I like to use those paper clips for books to hold my book in place like that. It helps a lot, and I can see everything without book closing in my when I don't need it. Okay, so now I can crochet. So let's continue. So again, chain 1, turn work, and over the padding cord. Let me see what's going on with my thread here. It's tangled a little. Okay. Okay, now I'm ready. So next, again, we crochet over the padding cord 6 single crochet stitches into our previous row. Over the padding cord. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So before we continue, I will stop for a second and pull on a padding cord right here so that I will not have any padding cord showing. And after that, we need to crochet 9 more single crochet stitches, but only over the padding cord. So let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, oops, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And did you notice I already holding my stitches? I pulled on a padding cord. Why I did it? I decided to make a curve. So my part will be curvy. At the end, I can actually curve it the other direction if I want. So there's a lot of possibilities with this. You just have to decide for yourself how you want your leaf to be. And again, I finished the row. As you already noticed, each row is finishing with chain 1 and turn. Now we will go back and we will crochet over the foundation cord 15 single crochet stitches. And again, the way I will hold my padding cord, you know already, like this. You see how I hold my hands, right? And we will crochet all the way to the very end of our row 15 single crochet stitches over the padding cord into the row and stitches below. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I have to redo it. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. We crochet all the way to the very end. And now you decide how you want your leaf to be. Curved everything on one side, or you can curve it this way. So if you will pull on a padding cord of the previous row, right here, then your leaf will be curved down. But you can leave this leaf kind of the row straight, but pull on the second part. So when we will go back and pull on a padding cord here, you will see what can happen. So now watch it. I will curve it the other direction. I will pull on a cord and with my hands do this trick. Sorry, like this. So you're basically pulling on the cord that goes into the last row, and that one is a little bit stretched and creating this curve. It's up to you. So you can do it differently. You can go back and kind of stretch it to make it straight. But I want to try and see what will happen if I will curve it this way. I'm looking for shape. You can see that this one is totally different than what I did, and I used thick thread. So this is how I did it. And again, what we do at the end, chain 1 and turn. Chain 1, chain 1 and turn. Next row. This time we will go and crochet over the foundation cord again, 6 stitches. Six stitches and into the stitches below and over the padding cord, and then only 6 stitches over the padding cord only. So let's crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will stop to adjust padding cord slightly, and then we crochet only over the padding cord. 6 stitches. Also 6 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And again here we will have to decide which way our padding, our little branch will go. It's not a branch, part of that leaf. We will curve that direction. So we have some going one way and others we will turn and direct in the other direction of the leaf to give it some different shape. So I will not pull too much. At the end we're again making chain 1, turn, and going back we will have to make let's see, turn back, turn your work and crochet over the foundation cord 12 single crochet stitches. And then there will be a tricky place, so I'll have to show and explain. So let's crochet going back over the padding cord and into each stitch below. 12 single crochet stitches. 1, 2. Good morning, Renee. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. There are 2 stitches left at the end. And we're going all the way to the end. And I will decide now, I will stop for a second. I will decide how to let my leaf, what direction my leaf will go. So I will, if you look at this loop, it's very easy to see. This part of the loop on the bottom will direct stitches here. So I will leave it alone. I will not pull or push or anything. I will not do anything with those stitches. Just probably slightly, if only if you will see padding cord somewhere between, you can pull on stitches. But other than that, this row I will leave straight. But I will pull on this padding cord on a top loop. This is our padding cord for a top loop. And you will see what will happen. First I will remove the loop. You can see loop is gone. And now to curve this part, 1, 2, 3, fourth part, this direction, the way this part is going, right? Look what will happen. I will just hold my stitches at the end, and you can see how this part behaves. I direct the curve. I just tell my leaf what to do. Like this. So now, after 12 stitches, let's read very carefully this pattern. We have to make, it says treble in a book. Treble, it's our double crochet if you live in the United States. If you use American abbreviation system. So treble crochet we have to make on the first empty stitch of second part of the leaf, and a single crochet on the second empty stitch of the same second part. Okay, so let's look at it. Second part, where is it? Here's our first part, second, third, fourth. Into the first stitch we have here 1, 2, 3 stitches here of the second part. Into the first stitch we will make treble, or actually treble it's if you use English or Australian abbreviation system, but in America we will say it's double crochet. So, and over the padding cord. So yarn over, and we're going all the way down. We will have to kind of squish those stitches here, make that stitch tight, and double crochet like this, double, and then they make into next empty stitch. Again, don't forget over the padding cord, they make single crochet, single crochet here. Now you can see all those stitches that between where they closed itself because of what we did. And you see how the leaf look like, kind of taking shape already, look more like a leaf, right? Okay, that's next, after you finished that. So you made double crochet and single. After that we again make chain 1 at the very end and turn our work. And we will again crochet over the padding cord. Let's see, over the padding cord. At first we make 5 single crochet stitches over the padding cord into the stitches below. Let's do that. So 1, don't miss any stitches. 1, 2, the second go where the treble was, where the double crochet stitch. 1, 2, then 3, 4, and 5. 5. Before I go any further, I always adjust that part, the padding cord, that it will not show itself on the turn. And continue 5 more single crochet stitches only over the padding cord. Only over the padding cord. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and chain 1. Remember at each end, and turn your work. Turn your work. Oh, let me fix this little tails. And we will crochet again. You see what I do with my padding cord, making this loop. It's easier for me. Probably you will not do that, but this is how I do this. After that, we will make over foundation cord, and in the stitches beneath we will make 10 single crochet stitches. Single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All the way we go, all the way to the end of the previous row. 10 stitches. And before we will continue this row, of course, I will make decision on which way it will go. So all those were going curved this way, and makes sense to turn this also to the left, right? And you know already how to do this. Pulling on a padding cord, first to remove the loop. Loop is gone. And now we will turn the leaf by pulling a little bit more and shaping this little piece. You can see how it looks like, right? And before you go any further, you just first shape it until you're satisfied with. Pull a little bit more or less to see how you will like that. And at the very end of this row, we have again treble crochet in the book, but it's double crochet on the first empty stitch of the first part. So our first part, this right here, and first empty stitch is on this little area. So first we'll do treble crochet into the first part and a single crochet, 1 single crochet on the last stitch, and next empty stitch. So again over the padding cord. So yarn over, going into that empty area right here, first stitch, like that. We'll make our first double crochet. and then single crochet into the last stitch here, second empty stitch, just single crochet. Now we have like two single crochet here. I'm sorry, two padding cords, two ends of the padding cord. One that on the top will be from that leaf, and another one will come from here. Pull on both of them just slightly so that the stitches will be nice and neat everywhere. Next step, they want us to crochet a little piece right here. It looked like that. I will show in a bigger piece, it's easy to see. This is why I used bigger, a thicker thread. So what we have here, we have this little connection, little part of like a midrib or something. So we will make at the very end, so this is without, how it looked like without stem. At the very end, after our last stitch right here, we will make chain 4, and we will connect this chain 4 right into the, I believe what it says, connect to the third part. So we will have 1, 2, 3. Into the third part, we'll have a little hole. So let's see. I better show it probably here on this leaf, because you can see better. So let me zoom in. So we will make right now, this is how it looks like, right? We will make chain 4, and we will connect 1, 2, and 3. Here's the third part, we will connect right there. That's chain 4. So if you will open up a little bit, it's just before we were connecting our this part, the fourth part, to the second part. Remember, first double crochet and single. So we go a little bit here, like in the middle. This is where we will make. So we'll make chain 4 and connect right there. And then going back on that chain 4, we will make 7 single crochet stitches. And then we will make stem. So let's try this. So at the very end, we'll make chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we connect this chain 4 to a third. I will just remove my stitch so that I go into the right spot. You will need to do some digging here, right there. Pick up that stitch here. Not easy for me, just a second. I just had that stitch and I lost it. Okay, here's the third stitch here. Third part, I mean. So first I connected my stitch, my hook into that stitch of the third part, and I will pull the last stitch of a chain through that, like this. Here how it will look like, see? So here's my chain. Now over this chain we will crochet 7 single crochet stitches. So we're basically using this chain as padding cord. So I will fold my stitch, my sleeve like that. It's easier to hold this way, and make sure that this connected stitch is nice and tight. We'll crochet 7 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oops, I'm going in the wrong place, just a second. cannot fit all 7 stitches. I really don't want to damage this leaf, but I will have to move stitches slightly to make 7th stitch here. So push those stitches closer. And one more stitch, 7th stitch. So this is done. This is how it will look like. I will zoom that you can see. This is how it will look like. And now all is left. We have to crochet stem. Here's our stem, a padding cord, and we will fold it in half and crochet our stem. We have 2 of those and we will crochet over them. Let me see what they say in the book. For the stack or for the stem, make plain stitches over the 2 ends of the cord foundation. Fasten off the thread. Okay. Since you cannot really like crochet and then cut this because padding cord is, we will cut the padding cord and then what? So I will show what I will do. Let me just zoom out slightly, you could see better. So now what we will do is, let me pick up stitch, okay. I will fold my padding cord like that in half, you see, loop. And I will crochet over this as many stitches as I want. Just crochet over this. 1. Well, first of all, the last stitch, 7th stitch, need to be nice and tight here. Okay, now I'm ready. So we'll crochet like 10 or 15 stitches, see how many we need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you see I made it as a loop, our padding cord. What I will do later, I will cut this off easier. That way my padding cord will not pull out and stitches will not go out anywhere. And actually really doesn't matter how many stitches I shouldn't even count, there is no reason. You just decide on your own how long you want your stem to be. Because later you can use those leaves and make sprigs like that and connect leaves to branch, to create a branch with the leaves. I would say it's enough, it's long enough. So what I will do next, so we have this loop, I have to remove this loop, right? But very carefully, I will pull on these pieces of padding cord at the end. I'll pull them down, pull on them to make this loop smaller. And before it will disappear, let's make stitch into this loop. I will put my hook inside first and continue pulling on the padding cord. Make it really, really small here. And then close it. Like this. And I can cut my thread off totally. And continue fixing my stem, kind of a little bit weird looking. So as soon as I will pull on the padding cord, and first of all remove this loop here, we don't want to see that loop, right? Pull it, pull it, pull it, and it's gone. And you could also decide how your stem will look like, this way or the opposite direction. I will just leave it the way it is, like that. And now I can go back on the back right here and just cut thread off this thread for the padding cord, like that. Right here at this place it will not go anywhere, so you can freely cut this padding cord next to the base of the leaf. And this is how it will look like. Here it is. cute little leaf. And all is needed just to take care of the thread. Weave it in. You cannot just cut it off like that. We will weave in this thread inside the leaf, inside the stem. If this will let me, of course. I probably took the wrong needle. Okay, I will take another needle. This needle is too fine and my thread does not go inside. Just like that. And we will weave in this piece of thread inside the stem. It's very easy here because we crocheted over the padding cord. And if it's not easy, you can actually, I will show you the trick that you probably will like. You weave in thread inside those stitches right here that you see. You just go inside of them on one side. I don't know if you could see very well, it's not easy to show. One side. And then go back next to the next stitch. It's just easier that way. And you go all the way throughout an entire stem this way. Insert needle into each stitch. For me, it will be probably not easy to insert my needle inside the stem because my stitches were really tight. I was crocheting tight and I cannot get in with the needle. I wish I could go with the beaded needle for beading, but this needle is a little bit thicker, so. But it's also another way of weaving in your thread. For the sake of the video, and time, I will cut my thread off. For you, I would recommend to weave in all the way to the end and even weave in somewhere inside the body of the leaf, that thread. So this is one option of crocheting the way it is in the book. So you can play with different ways of moving your, now you can do this with your leaves, with your little parts of the leaf to make it like that. Also look really cute, kind of wild. So let's try the same leaf, but connecting a slightly different way. And again, we will go and take, I will take padding cord and cut it in half, fold it in half. Cut it off from the ball, and I will start from the loop right here. So hello to everyone who just joined me, or later and I didn't say anything. We have some people from Netherlands, we have from Germany, we have from United States, of course, from different states, and from Russia or Belarus. I don't know where's Ludmila from, I forgot. I think from Belarus. So welcome everyone again. We still continue, and first part of this lesson was how to crochet this sleeve from page 21-22, and I followed directions from the book, but there's one more way of making it. And you can experiment with this pattern as much as you like. You know, this is kind of like a blueprint for Irish crochet, this book, but then you can always add your own way of crocheting. So, and I lost my sticky arrow. So okay, let's try another way of making this sleeve. I'll show you just another idea, and probably you will like it too. So I'll start from the loop. I'll make my first stitch, and then we crochet. At the beginning we needed 12 single crochet stitches. I will crochet 13 stitches, 1, and I'll tell you why. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, actually even 14. You can do 14 or 13. One more stitch instead of what is in a book. The reason I do that, I will not make chain 1. You can make those a little bit sharper, the ends, the edge, the corners of those leaves, without making chain 1. Just turn and crochet. And if you like it that way, go ahead and do it. I will, of course, take that short tail of the leaf, of the tail of the working thread, and cut it off after the first row. So I made 13 stitches. You can make even 2 more if you want. It's all up to you. And without chain 1, I just turn and crochet exactly as in a book. This time they tell us to crochet 10 stitches. So of course we cannot go into the first stitch from the hook, into the second stitch from the hook, and you can try if you want to go into the back loop, but I will continue like in the book. 2 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Of course, since I am crocheting over the double cord, my leaf will be a little bit thicker. And I will adjust my padding cord after the second row to remove that loop in the corner. It will be a little bit sharper here. It will not be as squared at the end if I will not use chain 1. And here I also will not chain 1. Each round row, I will at the very of each. At the end of each row, I will not use chain 1. Again, we have 10 stitches, but in a book. But I will make. You can make 11. Actually, I will. Yeah, I will not. I will make 10. That's it. 10 because we need 2 stitches at the end later. So again, I'm not making chain 1. I just turn and crochet. Our next was 5 stitches first. 5 stitches first. 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, always adjusting the padding cord here, so that corners, all those, every time you turn, you don't see your padding cord anywhere in those stitches. And then we have to make 9 more stitches. I will make 10 stitches, 10 stitches, or 11 even, only over the padding cord. So here you can adjust. So since I'm not making chain 1, I'm losing 1 stitch. So this is why I'm making, I didn't count. This is why I'm not making, I'm making extra 1 stitch instead of chain 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I will do 11, 10, and 11. And now going back again, I'm not making chain 1, I'm just turning my work and right away crochet stitches over the padding cord and into the stitches below. You can try and see if you will like this sleeve crocheting in the back loops, like almost all motifs in Irish crochet. You'll see the difference, it will be more textured. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need actually 12 stitches to go, right? 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. 11 and 12. And now we decide as before on the curve of your leaves, of those little parts. So first part I didn't really do any curve at all. It's just the way it is, straight. I can curve this one or this direction down or the other way. So or can leave it straight. So it's up to you. You can decide. You can play with this, as I said before. You can figure out your own little leaf. Can be many ways of doing this. And here I will give a little curve, not too much, as you can see, just slightly. And again, I'm not doing any chain 1 at all. So all I will do, I will turn. Let me just go on another page, just a moment. I will adjust my book so I could see pattern very well. And let's continue. So this time again we're turning. We are not making chain 1 at all. Turn, and this time we have to crochet 6 stitches over the padding cord and into the stitches below. 1, 2, don't forget, over the padding cord. 3, 4, 5, 6, and after that only over the padding cord we need to make 9 stitches, but I will make again, since I'm not making chain, I will make 2 extra stitches. So we will make, I can make actually 7 here and 10 in the around the padding cord, but I will do it instead, make more stitches on the padding cord only. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and instead of 9 I'm making 2 more stitches, 10 and 11, like that. You can give a little pull on the stitches if you see they are not what you want, but I will leave it the way it's turning. You see how it's having its own curve, so I don't know how it will look like. I will just leave it that way. So let's do that. So we will turn and we only crochet stitches back, which will be 15 stitches. We'll see, we will go on the back all the way to the end of the row. How many stitches it will be here? Probably the same amount, a different amount, because I added 2 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At this point it's not easy for me to crochet. For me at least, I will make some adjustment of padding cord, remove that loop and continue crochet the way it's easy for me. As soon as I remove that loop here, and I don't know, I just leave it straight like that. I'm not really pulling much. I want to see a different design of my leaf, right? So let's continue crochet to the very end. I think it was 10, right? Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 actually, okay. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. I will have 16 here actually, but I wanted to show you something what I will do. I will leave it the way it is, like that, okay? Now we will turn our work. Going back, we will have to make, again, no chain one, just turning your work and crochet around first into the previous row and padding cord and over the padding cord, 6 stitches. You can add one more extra, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can add 7 if you want. I will try. Yeah, I'll add 7. Adjust my padding cord at first to make sure that there's no padding cord showing here anywhere, and that between stitches padding cord also not showing itself. And then we need to do to make 6 more stitches over the padding cord only. So I will make 1 more stitch. Instead of 6, I will crochet 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. We crochet only over the padding cord. 5, 6, 7. So one more time I will explain that I make 1 or 2 more stitches because I'm losing 1 stitch when I don't make chain 1. So we have that. Now again we're turning turning back, and crochet. We have here 12 stitches in the book. We will see how many stitches we will have, probably 13 or 14, because we made more stitches. I added, I think, 2 of them. So coming back, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I will stop and adjust my padding cord here. And of course, I will look at how the leaf behaves here. Just give a little pull on the cord to make separate those two, that they will not together. So separate them a little, slightly. Now we have to continue. Let's go to the end of that row, all the way. So it will be 11, 12 and 13. I can fit here 13 stitches, and this is not the all of it. Remember, we were making at the end of this row double crochet into the second part here, right? There's another way of making it, and I will show you how to do this. So now we will continue crochet, single crochet stitches, but we will jump into, we have 1, 2, 3, the third part of the leaf. Right in here we have 1 and 2 stitches here in this bump, those 2 bumps. We will make 2 stitches over the padding cord, continue to crochet like that. 1 over the padding cord, going down, 1 and 2. Fix the padding cord, of course, we have to slightly pull on it. You can see already how different everything is, right? And you can continue and make stitches here, continue crochet, and you can make the double crochet. I will make single crochet into the second part. 1. I think I have 3 stitches over there. 2. I will make only 2. I will leave another extra. So I made 2 more stitches into the second part below. And there's still 2 stitches left here in that second part of the leaf right here. So what I will do now, I will go back and make my last little part. It will be probably a little bit longer than before. Let's see what we had before. We had 5 and 5 stitches. Well, let's make it again longer, right? So no chain 1, just turning back and crochet over the padding cord into the stitches below. Let's make probably 1, we'll see, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trying to think, should I make another stitch? I will not. I want to see, because it's really nice curve I have here, so I will see what will happen. And I will make probably 6 stitches instead of 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, I will turn my work, no chain 1 at all. We are not making chain 1. We're going back, crochet over the padding cord into the lower, in the stitches beneath of previous row. and we're going all the way to the very end of the previous row, and then we will make stitches into the end here. And I'm not even counting, it's my last row for my last part. And so here all I need to do, go and crochet nice neat single crochet stitches over the padding cord. I'm almost at the end, so now I will remove the loop, and here you just have to adjust padding cord accordingly so that you will not see it. And continue crochet. So let's see, we have here a little bit kind of bumpy area. We will continue crochet single crochet stitches. There are 2 more stitches I can make here, and 2 stitches in this first part, second and first, and then we will make a stem without or with, if you like this little part, we can make it and we don't have to make it, so it's all up to you. Sometimes I like to take something from the book, crochet it once, see how it will look like, and then see what kind of changes I can make. So let's go and insert our hook into and make 2 stitches into the second part of the leaf, like this. 1. There's another stitch somewhere there. Right here. 1 and 2. And now I'm going and into the first part of the leaf, last 2 stitches. Last 2 stitches here. 1, and I'm not making double crochet, I'm right away making single crochet stitches here. And here, I don't know if I can grab that last stitch here, because that last stitch is really tight. And if I cannot, I probably will not go there. No, I did. Okay. 2 more stitches I could fit here. Make sure that my stitch is tight and snug and padding cord is not showing anywhere on the back. And this is the shape of this leaf, like that. I could even add extra little part here on that side, the same way as we did those. But I will crochet a stem. So here we can do exactly the same thing we did before, or leave it the way it is. I really like the way padding leaf look on the back. Looks really neat. And I will make, I kind of feel like to make extra here something. Oh, let's see what will happen, right? Let's see. Over the padding cord. I'll crochet something short. It's just asking for it. Over the padding cord, something short, not too long, because it's kind of look empty. 1, 2, 3, and I will do 4. 4, and then only over the padding cord I will make. Only over the padding cord I will make probably like 5 stitches. 1. So now I am improvising. I will just do whatever I want here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 5. And now going back, we crochet all the way to the end of the row, whatever we can fit here. Probably like 7 stitches will fit here. 1, 1, 2, 3, 3 if I will not splice my thread, of course. 3, 4, 5, 6, lost my stitch. 6, and before I finish here, I will pull on my padding cord here, like that. And continue all the way to the very end. Make as stitches I can make, because we have this leaf. You can see here how it look like, right? Just a moment, let me go all the way, pick up stitches I can have in the bumps here, so that my stem lady will look nice also. Like in the tip, I go in the tip of that leaf and make another stitch. And as you can see, my leaf, I added extra little part on the side. I just made a little change, which is, you see the difference, not bad at all. And all I will do now, I will just make a stem. Fold my padding cord in half and make a stem. Here also again, as many stitches as you want. I'll make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I will go with 10. I will also pull on a padding cord to make loops smaller and to make my last stitch here, which is a slip stitch, as you remember. Just insert hook into the loop, pull thread through padding cord loop, and the last stitch, cut your thread off like that, and adjust that area where the padding cord has a loop. You don't want to see that loop. Just pull on it, nice, and you can even adjust your padding cord stem, make it curvy or straight. I will just leave it the way it is. I will cut my padding cord here because my padding cord was looped and I crocheted over that loop. It is secured with really nice and tight stitches, so there's no worries about it. It will do something to it. The only job I have to do is to weave in my thread, my working thread. And let me do that. So as you can see, you can experiment with your motifs from this book. You can at first crochet something, see how you like it, and then add some hints of your own to this motif, and this is how you create new things. So my thread is secured, it's inside, and that's all. All you have to do is cut thread off and it's done. And as you can see, this leaf actually reversible. You can use any side you like, or this one or that one. And by curving those little tips of each section of the leaf, you can create all kinds of different leaves. And you can see how they look like, right? Totally different. The same pattern, but a little different leaves. You can attach them like that together, creating a branch. Make longer branch, longer padding cord, crochet with the padding cord, and then attach those leaves to it. Or just use any kind of motifs, flowers, and leaves for them. Because leaves on the branch, any branch you'll take, are never the same. So this is what it is. This is how it will look like, our pattern for today. So thank you very much, all of you, for joining me today. Please don't forget to like my videos, to share them with your friends who like to learn how to crochet Irish Crochet Lace. Visit my page on Facebook. The name of that page, Irish Crochet Lab. I can again just share with you and give you the link to that page in comments right now, so that you can always go to that page and refer to that you will know when I'm coming live. But of course, the best thing you can do is to just a second, let me get to the right page on Facebook so that I can give you the link to it. Also, when you subscribe to my channel on YouTube, please press on the bell, and you will always receive notifications when I go live. Every time I go live, if you forgot, for example, you can always be reminded by the email or whatever, or YouTube will remind you. So here is in comments, my page, Irish Crochet Lab. It is not a group, it's just a page, Facebook page, business page. And this is where I always announce when, day before, about my next video, a live video tutorial. So that will be all for today. Thank you very much again for joining me. I will see you next week on Thursday at the same time at 12 at noon, our Central Time in the United States. If you have questions, always please ask them since our lesson is over, but you can still, after that lesson will appear in a recording after probably a few minutes, you can always go watch that video again and again and again, as many times as you need. And hello, Marina, from Ukraine. It's nice to see you. Nice to have you here in my lesson. Even you at the end of the lesson, but still. So anyway, if you, even at the end of lesson, cannot ask questions anymore, please comment and ask questions under this video. And I will always answer all your questions. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of the week, wonderful weekend. Enjoy the weather. It's really, really nice and warm today in our state, in Kansas. We actually have, I know in Celsius it's 33 or 32 or 33 today. Yesterday was the same, but it's lower 80s in Fahrenheit. It's really nice weather, probably the last warm days in the fall. So enjoy the weather. Have a wonderful weekend. Talk to you next week. Goodbye.